Hey everybody, we are going down I-70 and we want to hit some of the little quirky roadside attractions, and the first one we stopped at is the Van Gogh painting on the easel in Goodland, Kansas. So I've kind of wanted to see this in person since I seen it on someone else's video on YouTube, because I thought that was the coolest thing. It is really big. It's pretty far back there and it doesn't look that big, but it really is pretty. So maybe with the trees you can kind of get an idea more of how large that actually is. How tall would you say the trees are?
Oh, they're probably 15, 16 foot.
So that tells you pretty much how big that is. It's really cool. It's a pretty painting too. I think it's kind of neat. Pretty neat little attraction to draw people into your town. So we have a few of these little attractions like this that we're going to try to stop at on our way home down I-70. If you look up, it's roadsideamerica.com. You can look them up for any state, and there's just tons in like almost every state. So pretty much any route you take, you're probably going to find some kind of little funky roadside attraction that you can stop and marvel at. So you might want to check those out if you haven't. Okay, well, if I'd have read the sign before I even opened my mouth, the easel is 80 foot tall. So it is really big. And if you want to read all that about the easel, just hit pause and read all that info. Okay, so here's another one. This one is just outside of Goodland, about 4 miles, and that is a tractor parked grasshopper. Very quirky little thing. Isn't that cool? And they did add like a little palm tree, and I think at some point there was supposed to have been a sign and a bench, but it looks like those are gone. But isn't he cute? Alright, this is our next quirky stop. We've spotted Jesus. Why Jesus is holding wheat, we don't know. This is in Colby, Kansas. Like literally, there's I-70 and Colby is right there. I think it's kind of cool. It's actually on both sides, so if you just want to try to grab a picture on the way by. There's actually somebody's name on that, so I'm thinking it's like a rendition of a painting or something. I can't really read the name, but it says 2008. So that's kind of neat. I like it. Okay, here's our next little roadside stop. This cute little 1920s or 30s, I can't remember, gas station. It says Mobile Gas. And yes, it is Bunker Hill. There's not really much at Bunker Hill. Isn't that the cutest little thing? I love this little stop. I like vintage, so that's cool. I'm gonna look inside because there's some, looks like they got some little mannequins and stuff in here. Look at that. Can you see that? She's in vintage clothing. Isn't that cool? Got some old Coca-Cola chairs in there. Old cash register. That's really neat. What a fun little stop. So this is the Czech Egg in Wilson, Kansas. It is a little bit off of I-70, like 2 miles down from the exit of I-70. But isn't that the coolest thing? It is really big. I'm going to take a picture by it so you can get an idea of how big this egg really is. It's pretty awesome. So there's some info about the Czech Egg. I'll get a little bit closer here so you can kind of see like the dimensions of it, because that's pretty interesting. And some of the, hopefully you can read that. Maybe just give it a pause and read the info about it. So now that's cool. So the colors mean different things. That's neat. Okay, here's a little more info. My goodness, it's so windy out here. I can't even hardly hold the camera still. So our final stop of our roadside attractions was Lindsborg, Kansas. Unfortunately, my microphone had quit working, so I'm going to voice over this little bit of a section of the video. Lindsborg is known as Little Sweden, USA, and in Lindsborg, on their little main street here, there are 31 fiberglass Dala horses. They are a piece of Swedish folk craft. They are painted in a Swedish style. The community takes very good care of these. They're pretty proud of them. They're really neat to stop and see. We didn't get out. We were on our way home and we were trying to beat some storms that were coming up behind us. So we just kind of drove through. I would suggest if you have time to stop and actually take a look and maybe, check out some of the little shops in town. They had quite a few little shops. And if you look here in just a couple of seconds off to the right, you'll notice looks like an old telephone booth. I didn't see that. I didn't notice that. I was too busy looking at the horses as we were driving through. But I just saw this a little bit ago and I was like, hey, I thought that was kind of neat. I don't know. You might be able to go in there. You might be able to take pictures, or at least take pictures by it. That might be kind of fun too. So you might think about that. So these are just a few of the stops that are in Kansas. There are a lot of these quirky little stops. We really enjoyed hitting these on our way home. It gave us something to look forward to rather than just driving straight through. If you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Be sure to give us a big thumbs up and don't forget you can share any of our videos and leave us a little comment below. And we hope to see you again on our next happy adventure.